You are watching Love and Culture, episode 12. And this is 𝗧𝗛𝗘 𝗖𝗢𝗨𝗣𝗟𝗘, aka the African John, and my very sexy, amazing partner, who is my co-host. And your name is?
I'm the guy G Holy, and this is the Couple Cast Love and Culture.
The one and only.
And we back.
Couple Cast.
What's good?
And the one and only G Holy.
Oh.
We got so much to talk about. So let's talk about BMF.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it? You like it? I mean, you know.
Yeah, I like BMF, but I especially liked Lil Meech. I think for him for this to be his first role, this is probably like some of the best acting I've seen for somebody in their first actual role. You know what I mean? But they said he prepped for 2 years for this role before he actually got it. He auditioned, so it wasn't like a thing with you know, the Ice Cube son. Where I mean, he did the same thing, but I'm just saying it wasn't like he walked in and it was like, oh, Lil Meech, Big Meech. So
right. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely dope to see the second generation, like, you know what I mean, come in and take them roles. Like, you know, I was watching the whole, you know, Vlad John, and he was talking about how, you know, ODB's son really wanted that role, but they had to give it to somebody else. And the same thing with Eazy-E's son really wanted that role, and Straight Outta Compton, they had to get that to somebody else. And I was thinking about how unfortunate that was, because I know they really, like, them two people, ODB's son and Eazy-E's son, like, they really fanatics of their father's work. If you can even say that when it's your son.
Not only that, but they really embody their whole swag a lot.
That's
like,
a
you know,
fact.
I don't know if it's, I mean, for them it's like really natural, it seemed like too. You know what I mean? ODB, he seemed like he a little forced with the ODB shit, but I think his energy is still quite ODB.
Yeah.
But the person who played him on the show is also great.
Yeah, because, you know, the thing about acting, like,
we gotta start learning actors' names. I don't know none of these niggas' names we talking about, but go ahead.
The thing about acting though is like, me and you talked about this with we was watching Dave, and I said, yo, Dave a good actor, and I said his friend is a good actor too, the one that play on the show. And you was like, yeah, they playing themselves, and I was like, yeah, but not everybody can play themselves.
Not everybody can play themselves. That's what I learned. That's what I learned.
Because you still got lines on the paper, you still got situations, and you still got dramatics and theatrics that you have to live up to in a moment, whether it be whatever's emotion or whatever's happening in that moment on that screen. Not everybody can pull it off, even if it's them retelling their own story, or somebody close to them story.
That's why some of the biggest gangsters is not some of the biggest like rappers, even though like it's a lot of gangster rappers, because the portrayal of something and like actually being is two totally different things, and it's an art. It's an art to portrayal.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like I think
you would know about the art of portrayal.
Nah, you would know about that.
You the actor.
Don't turn us into the red table.
You the actor,
and it be Jada and Will.
Yeah. It's the multicolored table.
Nah, though, like real quick, I want to just, like, you know, speak on that real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
You said to me the other day, you said, you know, are they living their best life having a marriage that is full of the freedom that they said
who
that
we
they
talking
had?
about? Will Smith and Jada Pinkett?
Yeah, Will and
Smith?
Jada.
Yeah. I said they was living their best life because I mean that's what they show us. It seemed like everybody living their best life. I'm just saying they found a way to have not have monogamy and still have happiness in their marriage.
You know what I think it is, and I could be wrong. You know, me sitting on the outside and just looking at. I feel like what may have happened. I'm probably wrong. Really, I feel like you get two people that have been together a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Because they started being together when it was really early. I remember Jada said, yo, like I was 23, 24 when we actually decided to get married.
Yeah.
So
23, 24 was different back then, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But even for her looking back, she's really like, yo, we was young. Okay. So what I'm saying is, after a certain amount of years, 20 years, you realize, or 25 years, whatever, you realize, yo, I'm always going to be committed to you in the sense of I love you. Mm-hmm. But our relationship has got to a point where a lot of couples around us get divorced because they've outgrown each other. Yeah. But we already made a pact that divorce wasn't an option for us, and that we're always going to love each other and we're beneficial in each other's lives for multiple reasons. You know, you have family, children together, all these things. But rather than getting divorced because we've outgrown each other, let's create a freedom and energy for other people to start providing us with things that we can't give each other.
Yo, I'm sorry, you're gonna be mad at me. Your teeth is so fucking straight, it's distracting. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is. It's distracting. Like, your teeth are really straight. Yeah, I think that they. So you trying to say they friends who just never left each other, basically. Like we family, but we ain't a couple like that.
No, we a couple because you're still doing couple things. But I'm saying, you know, when you outgrow, a lot of couples eventually begin to outgrow each other because they're taking.
You think they really
paths.
outgrown each other? Because from what they say, from what I hear on the Red Table Talk, Will and Jada always kind of been super different.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's how people outgrow each other, period. Because you're super different, but then it comes to a point where you're like, I'm not in love with being with someone who's super different anymore, because it would just be easier to be with someone that's like me.
And I'm saying that's the way most couples work anyway. Yeah, I don't see that as different than somebody who's coming in. I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. It's Christians who's married to Muslims and shit like that.
I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. The difference is that you could be in a point in your relationship where you accepting and, like you said, you respect and say, yo, we different, but we're on the same level. But then you get to a point where you be like, you know what? I really enjoy what it feels like to be around people that do think the way I do, that are into what I'm into, you know. And when I have connections with people that I don't have to switch over and take turns and be in your world and then go back to my world. And then it gets to a point where it can even become problematic and conflict because you become annoyed. You know what I'm saying? And then you start to feel like you have needs and stuff that's not being met. When you hear about Jada Will, I remember she said, we just spend holidays apart a lot of times. Yeah. Because she said she likes to, let's say New Year's Eve, she wants to meditate, take a long bath, quiet, just do really boring in the home stuff. And Will was like, yo, I'm about to travel to Hawaii to jump off a cliff and meditate in a cave, and then, fly out of a plane or some weird shit. And she's like, I'm not with that. But he goes and does that and comes back.
Right. It's funny because that's the part you think about. That's the crazy part. The part I think about is letting a nigga fuck your bitch, letting somebody, putting a ring on somebody and then just handing them over to other dudes. That's what I've been thinking about the whole time. The whole time you've been saying that, I've been thinking about the total opposite side.
That's a part of it, because that's what happens next. If you say, yo, I'm not going, I'm going to be doing what I'm doing, and another person saying, well, I'm going to be doing what I'm doing, you don't think he's going to be meeting people there that is into what he's into? Right. And she's going to be meeting people. So you're
saying they might have been fucking around before they actually even made it official that they could?
Yes, that could have happened, or it got to a point where they both realized there was interest on both sides, and it's like, yo, I just want you to be happy, because we get along better when we're both happy.
I get it, yeah. And then just to keep it all together, let's just do our own thing, and then come together when we come together. That's like the agreement. Yes,
because we still committed and love each other, and we do want to be with each other because we still love each other.
This shit sound like rich nigga shit, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know if broke people do this shit. No,
a lot of it. I think a lot of it is about empire. You know what they do instead? Grandpa used to just be with whoever he wanted to be, and grandma just pretend like she didn't know what's happening.
Yeah, it's like the broke equivalent. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And they made it to, they made it till 50, 60 years married.
Yeah, because back in the day, that had you think like back in the day, it was like people just stayed together longer because they was committed. But I think the mindset was different. It was like, well, I can't go nowhere anyway, so let me make the best of whatever is actually happening. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if I'm uncomfortable, let me make myself a little more comfortable. I'm going to go out a little more, see other people or whatever it is, and just still keep it together, keep the family together. Nowadays, it's more like, fuck that family. I'm going to just go live my best life. And you see people with 4 children in 3 different families. They got 12 children, 4 by 3 different girls. And then when you go on their Instagram, they just diving off of a boat. So it's like,
yeah. I mean, because Grandpa had his other family used to live down the street.
Right down the street. If your grandpa ever left you, just know you could have walked to the corner store and you would have saw the niggas be 1.2 miles. They looking at GPS
who did you
then.
tell me that one of your friends or somebody was looking for their dad and they found out their dad lived down the street?
No, it wasn't my friend. It was my uncle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my uncle actually found my grandpa. Yeah.
Exactly.
It wasn't too far.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yo, we was talking about women and dating and this whole idea of women wearing makeup and it possibly being deceitful.
Yeah.
Do you feel like what? That's what we was talking about.
I love the way women word shit, possibly being deceitful. It's a whole nother face.
Right. Well, it depends on how much you put on. If it's a whole nother face.
Who don't make it a whole nother face? And then the worst part is, so you got makeup on, then you put the filter on. Now you look like a cartoon.
Right.
I haven't seen a woman in a long time. I'm looking at makeup through a filter.
I mean, I remember Tyra Banks said one of her worst fears with dating a guy was the next morning when he wake up in bed to her and all the makeup is gone and him not being attracted.
And Tyra Banks is absolutely tripping. She don't even got one of them faces. She don't even got one of them faces that's trash without the makeup. So is that?
But it do look different though. I seen her before.
Everybody look different without makeup. People look different without sneakers, without shirts.
I think people just look a little more tired and their skin look a little more raw. Some people, I don't know. Some people, because some of these people, you see the before and after, you'll be like,
some of these people look so much better without makeup.
And some of them look extremely worse. Like
I told you, I stopped messing with Jada Will when she started doing the makeup. I stopped messing with I don't like Bia makeup. Bia look way better without makeup. There's a few that look way better without makeup.
Yeah, I mean that was the whole Kevin Samuels.
I like Beyonce without makeup.
Kevin Samuels thing was like when he was giving people numbers and stuff, he was saying out without the makeup.
Without the makeup, because how I'm gonna give you a number? That's like me taking steroids and fucking right. Now you counting my stats. Like the shit don't count. I'm taking steroids. Yeah, you can't. So everybody's a 10 when if you get made up and you're not a 10, you just not making yourself up right, because you can make yourself a 10.
Because I mean, you
we was
can
watching
get
that
so
lady
many...
on TikTok. She had no fucking teeth, nothing. Then she put on that makeup. It was.
She was a 9. Okay, 7.2.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, it's so much that you can do. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's a little deceitful, but I understand because it's so much pressure.
Why you keep saying a little? Because if guys did it, I feel like you wouldn't be saying a little like that. Like you keep trying to minimize it.
Right.
It's whole new faces. Like think about this, right?
But my thing is, can you blame women for feeling insecure with so much pressure in a Instagram world, in a TikTok world, in a social media Facebook world, where they're constantly being just images that you're looking at, thousands of images a day, and you feel compared and you feel the need to want to be on the same level, and you know what I mean, or not to look basic. So can you blame women for wanting to do that? No,
I actually do not blame women, but you still got to take responsibility for what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Like you can't turn around, right? I'm dating you, right?
Yeah.
And then you get me how you get me, and then you turn around and be like, I'm judging you. Like, see, that's the thing. You do all that, right?
Yeah.
And then when I say something, when I'm not, it's only 2 things that's going to happen when I meet you like that, right? Yeah. I'm the type of guy that like it, so you're going to have to do it all the time. Or I'm the type of guy that see you without it and be like, damn, you should not do it. Now you conflicted because you want to look good for the world, but you want to look good for me too. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying come as yourself is the easiest way. It's the easiest way. I know people who don't even want to see their girl without makeup.
Hold on. Don't you think it's shallow if, let's say, a guy meets a girl that has a whole lot of makeup. She got her eyelashes. She got, fake eyebrows. She got all this lip stuff. She got all this stuff on, right? Full makeup. She feels comfortable with you. So she starts to wear less and less of it. So now when she's in the house and yet she's not out, in the world, when she's just with you, she's just nude face. Isn't that shallow? If the guy isn't interested in her no more, or if he feels less into her now that she didn't appear the way she appeared first, shouldn't that be like, oh wow,
that's not shallow. That's you presenting yourself as something, and then you not living up to your own standards that you set for yourself. That's why
but you're talking about things on the physical level that's out on this outer level.
This is what I come from.
If you already got to know the person, why does it still matter now?
You know my motto: oversell, undersell, over deliver. Undersell, over deliver. I'm meeting you the way I look the worst. So when you see me at my best, it's way more than acceptable. Because if you do the opposite, now I'm looking at you crazy. Like I said,
and this why they had that reality show, Love Is Blind, because none of this stuff really matters.
Hold on, real fast. I gotta say this. It's niggas who don't let their girls wear sneakers. Mm-hmm. It's niggas who don't let their girls wear jeans and shit like that. It's niggas who make
black Israelites?
No. It's niggas
they don't let their girls wear that.
I'm talking about they girls they always gotta be dressed up. Cause that's the way they met them, and that's the only way they attracted to them people. Is if they got on heels, a bunch of makeup. They keep their hair. You think he doing that for you. No, he's doing that so he can stay attracted to you. So you get a fucking makeup kit for your birthday, and you're like, oh shit, no, this is because he want to see you like that.
Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot.
I know niggas. I had the discussion with niggas. They was like, yo, I don't let my girl not wear makeup. I don't let my girl not wear heels.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And then she posed the way that, you know, somebody made a funny TikTok video where she was like, my husband being like, why you always got on pajamas when you in the house? Like, that's not sexy. Why you always got on that? And she was like, all right, so let me not wear that shit no more. So she went and got fully dressed up and was washing dishes and was cleaning the toilet and stuff. And she was like, don't I look stupid? And it's like, yo, it's unrealistic for you to feel like, yo, your woman has to dress up when she's in the house with you. Like, who the hell wants to live like that with a full makeup face on and some full, you know, super nice outfit like you're going outside, but you're actually in the house? I'm not saying she has to look like a fucking, you know, horrible in the house, but she want to feel comfortable. She's in her own home.
Sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest. I hope that you don't take it wrong. That's me. I'm not with the theatrics because I know they go away. I'm not the type of person, I don't like fooling myself. I don't like thinking something is something and it ain't something. You know me.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to see you bare because, you know, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want sloppy, but you want bare.
I don't want sloppy, no. I don't want sloppy. You got to work out. I mean, what you mean sloppy?
Right.
Work out.
Right.
We working out.
Where's all these? What about all these fat niggas that's sloppy? They also are deserving. Are they're deserving of that too?
I don't date niggas. That's sloppy. You would have to tell me that. I don't date niggas. Now you know we've been getting away with that for a long time. If you fat and sloppy and you a nigga, all you gotta do is have money.
Right.
Now you fat, sloppy, and broke, you might be on your own. But you that's fat, crazy. Sloppy, you get a couple $, you know, Nick, yo, women is attracted to bears.
Speaking of the way men are supposed to be or women are supposed to be, it was this question, and it said, "My wife wants me to be more manly and not soft." My wife.
No, I don't even know what that means.
So let me read it again.
Manly and not
My
soft.
wife wants me to act more manly with her and more controlling.
Yeah.
She says I don't make enough decisions about things in our life. And most of the time she decides on almost everything. To be honest, I try and let her make decisions so that she is happy that way. But the more I let her decide, the less happy she is getting. She says I need to be more of the man in the relationship and make firm decisions. But when I decide something, she changes the plans. I usually agree with her and then change my mind. She now tells me instead I need to stick to my plan even though she insists on changing it. I'm confused.
She confused
he says,
right there.
Please help me.
She confused. She just confused me. So if I'm tracking right, she thought he needed to be more manly and take control.
Yes.
Then when he more manly and take control, she still be trying to throw her 2 cents in till he be like, all right, well, you do it. And then she be like, well, we should have stuck with what you wanted to do.
Yes.
That's retarded. And
I'm gonna be honest though. I understand where she's coming from.
I know because you do it.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because sometimes as women, where we're sitting, yes, we want our man to take control, and we want you to boss up, be a leader, and be in a position where you make shit happen and you be firm, and we just can sit back. However, when we see you not making the decision or fast enough, or where we're sitting, we could obviously see it's maybe not the best decision. It's like,
how you gonna judge the look? This was when we watching Game of Thrones. This is what people don't understand.
Yeah,
you can't appoint somebody the king and then judge their decisions too harshly. That's the weird part.
But that's what we do to kings. Yeah. We judge them all the time. As soon as somebody become president, we look at every single decision they make and say, really?
Yeah, and that's wrong. That's what I'm saying. You should just rule yourself if that's the case. How you going to appoint somebody a position and then play them out of position every time you feel like they not who you thought they would be, but you picking this person as a leader? You got to take the good and the bad when you talk about leadership. You get what I'm saying? So even if so you're supposed to take a back seat to your own life when you see somebody not doing something wrong. I mean, you see somebody doing something wrong or not moving quick enough. You're supposed to just sit back and just let it and watch it happen. That's normal and healthy. Yeah, to be totally honest, like, all right, so when you appoint somebody a position, right? Now you got to respect their position to the point where you don't go about telling them that they wrong in that way. Because now you're reducing them to what you just put them up for. So if you make somebody your king, you don't address them in the situation and say you're making the wrong decision. You let them do their thing and then say, this is why I did it. Because if you now back a part of the decision making, now I'm not the leader no more. Like, I am the leader, but I'm not making the final decision. So what am I? It's like a fake position.
Yeah, and then see, the thing is, we start to feel a certain way when we do start making all the decisions as females, because like, damn, I really want a man to be able to just handle this and do it correctly, and I feel like I'm constantly doing it.
But y'all don't know how to fall back.
Yeah, but it's, how do you fall back when you see somebody's unprepared?
When you saying how, watch me fall back. That's how you fall back. Like women feel like women love the micromanage shit, but they also love to look at men and say, you do it. And it's like, all right, if I'm going to do it, first of all, I'm going to do it on my time. You have to know that my time is my time. So when I get to it is when all right, you ask me to, make a decision for me, right? I'm already making 100 decisions in my life. Mind you, you'll come over and be like, yo, babe, what you think about this? I'm doing 20 things, huh? What? Yeah. And it's like, yo, put that shit down. I'm going to get to it when I get to it. So ain't no such thing as fast enough when you appoint somebody to position, because they got to go.
But, okay, can you at least have compassion for how challenging it must be? That's like sitting in a car, being in the passenger side, and having to watch somebody do stuff where you like, yo, they like they could get into a car accident at any moment, but I'm supposed to be completely quiet.
You gotta wait till that ride over and say, look, this is what you did.
What if y'all don't make it? You talking about wait for the ride?
That's what I'm saying. You gotta pick a new driver. If you not with a man who you confident in their leadership qualities, their leadership abilities, then you need a new man.
But what are we talking about? Men are, what's the word?
Untrained dogs?
No. All men are puppies? Human, and they make mistakes and are full of errors.
50 Cent said that.
So to just fully just sit back and let this man, that's a lot. That's a lot. See? Especially when you're an intelligent human being yourself. And sometimes us women just pay more attention to details, period.
You're not listening. It's not about that. It's about the way you do it.
Yeah.
Don't appoint me a position and then come at me in a way that disregard the position you saying you holding me at. Like I said, you don't come at the king in front of everybody. You pull him to the side later. Yo, king. Because if you berate the king in front of everybody, he's going to snap. And then what happens? You get what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all got to find better men or something. Like, I don't know why y'all would want somebody to lead you and then have a problem with them leading you, but still want them to lead you. Either leave, go find somebody with dope leadership qualities, or somebody that move at the pace you fuck with, that you comfortable. Like, it got to be one or the other. You can't complain and you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. So, academics was talking about this, and it about women and celebrities and letting your chick be with a celebrity. But the real question I had is, are women more attractive once they've been with a celebrity?
All right, yeah. Let me preface real fast. Let me go into the story. Academics was talking to his homies on the couch on his podcast. And they were saying, I don't know if it's podcast or another show, but they were saying, dude was saying, if Drake fuck my girl before, even if it was before, he'd be like, yeah, my girl's so bad that Drake wanna fuck her. So it's like a notch on it, make the woman a certain status in his eyes because Drake would be with her. What Academics was saying is Drake would be with anybody. Like, what's the thing? But he's in his mind, like, man, Drake. So your question is a person more attractive if they've been with a person that is of a certain stature, like a celebrity?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. That's why people fuck with people.
But mind you, I think that this is a question for you, like, and for men, because...
Well, and men is two different things.
No, I mean, like, for you to answer regarding men, because I don't get it and I don't know it. But...
You do get it.
I do know that it seems like
you follow
guys...
Safari. Why do you follow Safari?
Because I think he's entertaining and funny.
Okay. If he was entertaining and funny and never was with Nicki, would you look at him and be like, oh, I'm interested in the continuation of his story?
Yes, if I came across him and I thought he was entertaining and funny. I don't care about who he dated before.
I know, because you're not looking at him like that, but still the interest is coming from the story you know of him previously.
No.
That's my interest. I be following Safari to see. I be fucking comparing him and Nicki. Like, what is he doing?
I don't think about Nicki at all.
That's what I do. It's natural to me to be like, all right, this person used to, even whatchamacallit, I never knew that dude in my life. But it's like, when you look at the Keisha Cole ex-husband, like, I never seen him before. And then she popped up and now they broke up now. And I'm like,
you never seen him in basketball either? Nothing? Nobody?
No, I'm talking about the short dude. He played basketball. He was in
the new short nigga.
The latest dude.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't think nobody checks. Okay.
I'm saying if I did, it would just to be continued in the Keisha story. So I'm saying it's people especially in the streets.
Yeah.
And in the entertainment industry, they mirror each other. So it's the same 6 girls get passed around in the street amongst the high level street niggas. And it's the same 6 girls that get passed around in the industry. They all messing with each other because they mess with somebody else. Kanye West said he seen Kim Kardashian on the tape and said, that's my wife.
Right.
So, like, yeah, it's a thing. Like, now for me personally, never. I want my shit untouched like a motherfucking stone you just find and shit. Like, you go to a beach and just find a seashell.
Like
I want my shit like that.
Like that weirdo in the comments that said, oh, women need to only have been with 5 men in their total life in order for him to be with them.
It's a lot of fucking weirdos in the comments.
Listen.
On TikTok. Weirdos. But no, yeah. So it is a thing for men. It's just not a thing for me.
Yeah.
I'm not with that. But it's certain people in the streets. Like, I don't want to name names because I don't want to start. But it's even people who with people now that's celebrities. It's other celebrities that talk to them before that you don't even know that talk to them. That is the reason why they update to this one.
So real quick though, that brings in the topic of this. If these women are so gorgeous and so, baddies and they so attractive because whatever, like, why are they not married? Like, because I noticed I could be wrong, but it feels like some of these, like, top, most desirable chicks that's considered baddies, and they have their body done and they face, all done up and all that stuff like that. They don't seem to really be married. They seem to be passed around and be dating this person and that person or whatever, or just be complaining about being single. But all these average ass women that might be a little pudgy, a little overweight, or a little, like, just regular as shit, they seem to all have husbands.
Might wear a little 11, 12.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, not saying fat. I'm just saying, like, they're not, like, have a perfectly built body. They, like, considered regular.
Yeah, you saying all these girls that seemingly everybody want to be, they don't have no man.
Yeah, like all the girls that go to what's that shit, the All-Star game shit, weekend shit, like all them girls that's that.
Yeah, I just think they're crazy, honestly. I think the guys know they're crazy, and I think not seriously.
Just so they're just all insane.
Not insane, but I think they crazy. Like, all right, you watch Love and Hip Hop, right? It's not all them girls don't be famous. They just be them chicks that you be talking about. Some random person or is a part of the storyline. But they all acting the same. They all crazy. Something wrong with all of them. Think about what got to be going through your mind, right? To go get a whole new everything, and then come back out and your whole thing is just to take pictures with it like you just bought a puppy. You already a little crazy, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think it's an interesting thing because I mean, Candy talked about it. You know, Candy from the group Escape, and she was like, sometimes she look at these girls and she be like, "Damn, them bitches look perfect." And then she said, none of them bitches got a man though. Like none of them be married, but she married, and all her friends that's a little regular, they all be married. And I noticed the same thing. Like when I used to work at my old job, like I used to notice that all the average regular looking people, they just be married up and be like, oh yeah, we're married, or I'm engaged. And then all the quote unquote like baddies at the job, they be sitting there, they trying their best not to be single no more. And it seemed like dudes just be fucking them and moving on to the next chick. They don't never be wifing them.
Cause they crazy. That's what I'm saying. When you got that desperate energy, you're crazy. You telling me, yo, these people be trying their hardest.
So the women that's not baddies, they don't be desperate for men.
They don't come.
They don't be desperate for men.
Let me tell you something. When you bad for some reason, bad, right? Them is the chicks that is ungettable, but when you get them, they the chicks that's going through your phone and y'all not even together. They crazy.
I don't know about that. I think
men would agree.
I think that, I mean, we on this topic.
That's why niggas stay in that 7 range.
We on topic for a long time, but I think that men don't necessarily take them seriously because I think those women they put themselves out there too much. I don't think men actually want their wife to actually be out there like that. I think it's cool to put that on you, like, yo, I knocked that down. I had fun with her, but I don't think these men necessarily want that to be their wife. I don't think they really think that's attractive. I totally disagree in 2021.
I think in 1995 that was the case. Now niggas want a wife the chick that been ran through.
I disagree.
We see too much of it to deny it.
I disagree though.
Okay.
I disagree. I feel like those women is constantly single because it's kind of like the if you seen Waiting to Excel, the light skinned John that was like, she was the prettiest to me out of all the friends. She really had the hardest with relationships, and it was just like sometimes what you attract is really.
Wasn't Angela Bassett in that?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes what you attract when you're the type of chick that is loose and like in every single type of way and really shallow and really like what's the word, like materialistic, is you also attract another shallow guy that's materialistic and that's looking for somebody like you to have fun with and to kind of be. When you over sexualize yourself, you find yourself with another person that's over sexualized and that's looking for just that. And when he finds you and he can get you, he also know that he probably got you because materialistic wise, he's doing pretty well, which means he can get a dozen of you.
Yeah.
And he can kind of run through and go through you and then go through the other girl that looks like you, because there's a million of those girls that's on Instagram and there's a million of them girls at the club and everywhere else. And so that's all that she can attract, because you just looking like that is going to attract that type of guy. So you saying what I was saying in so many words. It's kind of like the same thing I was saying. I didn't say that person's crazy. I'm saying no, the first thing I said was the pool is too small for them. Imagine a guy coming in with all of this. You coming in with your ego of I'm a baddie. Mm-hmm. He's coming in with I'm a successful, or he's a baddie too in his land. And you think this is about these egos is not about the clash and this is just about the just work. Nah, because I'm not even talking about successful, because it's a lot of niggas out here that's not really successful, but they look flashy enough and they look like, from what they post, that they got it. I mean, no offense, but some of your friends is like that online, where it's like niggas is looking like they take mad trips and that they travel everywhere, and that's enough for the way they show up and what they got on. Because niggas just spend their last some money on some designer clothes and some designer shoes and some jewelry that look like they spent $100K on it when it was really $3K. And so that girl could see him, and that guy could get her.
But see, that's another thing. See, we just talking about two different girls.
But I was still talking,
because the baddies would know that. If the baddies know who front.
I'm just talking about a girl that's loose, that show a lot of skin and wear a lot of makeup and that be outside.
All right, cool.
That's all I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and
nobody want
she
them
materialistic and she attracting them type of niggas, and that they just looking to do that. They not
nobody want
looking to
those girls. They hoes.
So that's what I was saying. Why I think that, but they be looking damn near perfect though. Still.
You know why I thought you were saying something else? It's because nobody ever wanted hoes. I was thinking you was talking about a different type of girl, because that's a simple riddle. Nobody wants the hoes. Nobody want the hoes.
Right. I'm just saying, but she look damn near perfect.
Unless you
though,
a hoe that been through a couple niggas.
When you make that your full. This is a really good question. How can a couple reconnect who feel like they're no longer in love?
You got this.
No, I want to hear how you feel too.
I already told you, like, I don't really be going through that, because when you say not in love, you just mean I ain't fucking with that person right now.
Well, okay, we can take it there. So to me, I feel like you have loving somebody and being in love with them. Yeah. And when you love somebody, you could feel like, oh, of course I have a deep care about you. Like, I care about you. I care about your feelings. I care about, you being alive, you being, no, seriously, like, you just doing well and being happy and shit like that. It's just a general kind of love. But being in love is when somebody walk in the room, you feel butterflies. Yeah. When somebody, wants you feel excited that they want you. When somebody is around you, you just feel good around them, and it just feel like delightful to talk to them, where you're laughing all night and communicating, and everything just flows easily. But you can get into a relationship where you either it's because maybe it's boring, or that person has been annoying you for a while, or y'all been arguing nonstop, or you just start to feel like, damn, like, where's the excitement or surprise that's a part of this relationship? Like, I don't feel in love anymore. I just feel like it's somebody I deeply care about and love.
So what you talking about right now would probably be described better in my world as just being in sync with the person at the time.
Okay.
And when we in sync, it's a flow that's undeniable. It's like we be finishing each other's sentences and shit like that. But when we cut that energy off because somebody is in their ego bag or something happened that we not liking, then it's, for me personally, it's just realizing that it's a revolving door. That's what I had to learn. That's what I had to learn with love is, man, you wake up today, 3 times out the week is gonna be the same. The other 3 times out the week is gonna be the same. One gonna be the wild card. Right. Like, just realizing that I'm on the other side of a revolving door and I'm coming back around is the thing for me that keep me level like that. Because there'll be a lot of times, like, I'm easily turned off. You know that. I'm super easily turned off. So it could be one little thing. You don't even got to know. I won't even say nothing to you. I just be like, I ain't fucking with you. And then from there, going through the process of just doing my little healing work from whatever that was. Like, you know what I mean? And just coming back around. So just knowing that I'm in a moment. I think I said this before on this couple cast, but just knowing I'm in a moment that's gonna pass is the key for me. So
yeah, I think for me it's understanding that, like, and I have a very, like, I guess different view than a lot of people, but I always look at relationships, especially like ours, right? Like, because this is the one where I feel like I've been the most committed to somebody. And I just don't think that a relationship is you being happy all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of the people I've known that have been together 30, 40 years will say things like, listen, we went through 2 or 3 years where we couldn't stand each other. For 3 years.
I heard people didn't talk for a year.
Yeah, and then it came back around and it was like amazing. And so I understand that, and I'm okay with there being dips, and I'm understand that sometimes it takes time to get back right. And I think the problem with a younger generation is that people are so willing to walk away and to be like, I'm not happy right now, or I'm not getting my sexual needs met right now, or I'm not getting my emotional needs, or whatever it is. You don't spend much time with me right now. And then it's like, it's over. Everything declines. They walk away and say, I got to go find my personal individual happiness.
Well, that's what they're not realizing though, right? Because oftentimes in a relationship, you can make your partner your scapegoat.
Yeah.
Right? So when are you single and you just wake up happy every day?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. And people feel like if you can't make me happier, then I might as well be single. And my idea of it is, I'm responsible for my own happiness. So I don't look to my partner to be the reason why I'm happy.
Yeah.
Now, I love when you contribute to my happiness, and there are moments where it's like, oh, this is whatever. But I understand when it's not like that. It's just a cycle, and it come back around where we'll be great again.
And let's be clear. Sometimes you get in a funk where you're just not happy. Like, no matter what I would do, it wouldn't make you happy. So you're saying I'm not making you happy, but $1 million wouldn't make you happy if you just in that zone where you sad.
So it's like, and that's another thing you said. I feel like as long as you keep doing that self work, like individually, when you come together, you'll be able to bring both as something to the table where it's like, oh, now we can be happy together because we're individually happy. We're doing self work, and it can feel good to be together. You know what I mean?
I think that's what it's for.
Yeah.
If we being quite honest, like, everything is a breath. Everything is an in and out. Everything is a push and pull. Yeah. So if you really, really attracted to something, you're going to be really, really repulsed, because that's what happens. When you have two magnets that do this, you flip them on the other side, they do this. You bring it back, they do it. And that's the motion of life.
Yeah.
So it's natural in a relationship. It's probably healthy to get away from somebody for certain times in a relationship, even if nothing ain't going on, because you do have a self. You do need to work on that, because your partner could become your crutch too much. And you see that when people pass and people is really, really distraught to where the point where they pass in like 1 or 2 years, they was using that person as a crutch too much. Y'all need to be two wholes coming together to make one, not two halves coming together to make one, because two wholes could still make a one.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
And to be clear, not holes like y'all horn.
No, whole.
But yeah, I mean, one of the advice that one of my friends told me, she said, you create a space in yourself that's just for you. That's not either for him.
Yeah.
And that's just a space that's for you and your relationship with the creator, and that's just where y'all exist.
Yeah.
And nobody can interfere past that wall and just be there. So that way you're centered no matter what's going on.
Yeah.
Because you can be in a relationship and feel like you're going through emotional roller coaster based off of what your partner is doing or not doing, or where their emotions are, and it just disrupt your whole emotional wall that you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that could be crazy to constantly go through that.
It can be. And that's why I don't go through it. That's why, we was talking about, not to get too deep, we was talking about your 3D and 4D self. Sometimes you need to pull back, let life happen objectively, and then move back into your subjective self and start, feeling more and being like a first person. Sometimes you need to step all the way back from everything to get a real view of it. So,
and I guess the big lesson is to know that everything is temporary. And so it'll come back around. And when it does feel a little distraught or disconnected, you can do like some things that'll reconnect you. Like, I'm gonna say this, sometimes, like, as a woman, let's say you don't feel like having sex with your man, sometimes go with it because that can help y'all reconnect, and you be like, oh shit, I didn't know this was gonna bring us back.
I mean, man, listen.
Like, that sounds like something that you
sometimes.
don't want to do, because women be like, I'm not connected with you right now, I don't want to do that. But sometimes you just saying, I'm just gonna go.
If you really feel like you don't want to, don't do it, because that's toxic. Nobody wants toxic sex, because sex is magic. You don't want to put that in the air. But if it's something where you like, man, let me just get over my ego real fast and do this.
Open.
That could really reconnect y'all, because y'all looking each other in the eyes at the happening. It's like, you know what? Let's go eat. You know what I mean? Just something.
Or, you know, just man making time for each other to do the
and you know when it's time.
Shit, like.
Exactly. Do something fucking stupid. Yeah, do something that's like that bring y'all both joy that you know is like, yo, this I go to. Let's play bingo or whatever it is that we like. You know, just have a comeback to. Have a like in Inception when they had the token, the you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Use Groupon.
Use Groupon for anything you want to do.
They need to sponsor us.
Yeah, it's Groupon.
Real quick,
you could be right here.
So we can wrap it up. The best TV series for 2021, is it Dave or is it Wu-Tang?
I like Dave and I like Wu-Tang for different reasons.
Yeah.
See, I don't have no nostalgia with Dave. Me and Dave don't connect. I don't connect to Dave from my childhood.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang has that edge on that.
Yes.
What I think Dave has, though, is the fact that I don't know the story. See, I know the Wu-Tang story top to bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs of the Dave story. So that's a check mark to Dave. If we talking about writing, I like the Dave story. The way they write out they episodes is always epic every episode. Sometimes Wu-Tang can feel like it's just moving along. But is that because I actually just know the story or not? I think at the end of the day, I enjoy Wu-Tang more just because it's Wu-Tang. But Dave got more layers.
Yeah. You said it right. Because, I mean, you look at Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is, I've already said, the best rap group in the entire world, in history, period. All of the above. So, I mean, just watching them do that and it just having those just raw hip hop elements, like especially the last episode 6 that we was talking about, where it just broke down musically, like how a producer thinks and how a rapper is in that space in his mind and starts creating. Like, those are just some dope moments in Wu-Tang.
Do you think that something fictional could compare to that? Not to cut you off. Do you think if it was a fictional group and you like fell in love with them and their story and they had like 5 seasons, do you think it could possibly be better than Wu-Tang? Or because it's Wu-Tang, it's just going to be automatically?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. There's 2 shows that are about to come out that are fictional. One of them is 𝗧𝗛𝗖𝗪's rap shit. The other one is Queens on ABC with Eve, Brandy, and
some other people. I seen Cameron and Jada Kiss. They got like small roles
on there too.
Yeah, Notori.
And some Spanish Latino girl. So what I'm saying is, I don't know.
Learn these people.
What I'm saying is, we'll have to see if those fictional stories can beat it. I mean, because you know what, that Netflix one, The Get Down, was fictional, and I really cared about it.
It was semi-fictional.
It was because they had Nas doing the
they had Nas doing the narration.
But no, and it had so many real.
I'm saying
elements.
It was semi-fictional because it's still telling the story of hip hop.
Like,
you know?
Yeah. So with the original founders of hip hop, all those pieces in there.
I mean, Grandmaster Flash is in the shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't know. That's a really good question. But if I had to choose between Dave and choose between Wu-Tang, I'm gonna have to go with Wu-Tang because I can't be hip hop and not choose Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
but Dave, the season finale was probably one of the best season finales of that type of story, musical stories. Sure. Like, it was amazing, mind blowing.
I say this. I say that Dave is everything that people thought Atlanta was.
Yeah, I do. I think, Dave is better than Atlanta.
Dave is definitely better than Atlanta.
Wow, that's dope. All right, so we'll be here again next week.
Yeah, we'll be here again next week. It's track practice right now. I'm the guy, Gioli.
And I'm Yasin.
And this has been Love and Culture.
You heard? Episode 12. All right, let's get out of here. We so late.
I'm good just waking up. That's how I know I got one more chance to go and cash in and cake it up. Money trees, they throwing shade, just come and rick it up. Playing all day, the motherfucker, we make it up. Feel good, don't it? Aha, I feel good, don't it? Yeah, rent paid and the light.